Hello, welcome to My Life on Paper. I am Brianna. I am so glad you're here today. Welcome to Sketch Sunday, where we all use the same sketch. I'll show you that in a minute. Also, welcome to Scraptember. And the prompt from the Scrappy Sister is hoarding. So this is the sketch that we're using, and this is a sketch that I made, and I'm using 49 Market for hoarding. I have a lot of it. I have not been good at using it. I think it's so pretty, and so I'm going to use some of it today, and probably a little bit more so this month moving forward. I do have these pieces that are like envelopes, and I am cutting them diagonally in half to kind of use them as mats for the photos. And you can see I have that beautiful background that does a lot of the work already for me. I do, if anything, I'm hoarding 49 Market film strips, so that's got to come in there. It's the green up there. And then you will see me go through all my 49 Market goodies by color and see what else I want to use. I think I have all these, all of my 49 Market collection, almost all, like kind of mixed together, things that go together. So like the Spectrum Sherbet and the Spectrum Gardenia, I do believe I have them just separated out by color, and then I have them in like separate uh, baggies. I did have this in my stash, and I cut the other colors off, the paint swatches, and I'm just going to use the pink. And then I will bring out the baggie of yellow 49 Market goodness. And then and I'm tapping my fingers because I'm wondering what I should be doing. But I end up using greens and yellows and pinks. And so not only does the sketch have like butterflies and moths, that was not planned that way. You can see that there is already a butterfly on that paper, which works out well. But I do have several of these butterflies and moths in all the colors, so I thought that I'll see what I have and put it there. You can see in the sketch there is like a pattern paper in the background, and then there are two almost different pattern papers on either corner. And that's kind of represented on my layout by the what's going on in the background paper. I was I thought about using some 49 Market has this lovely almost fabric type washi tape. It's really thick, and I thought about using that, and then honestly I kind of forgot about it later. But I think I have enough going on here. You can see now I've moved on. I think I pulled out green already, and I'm moving on to pink. And I'll do this a lot where I pick out a lot of things that I think just might work for what I want, and I really often will pick out just too many things, and that's okay. They just go back into my stash, but I like to have options when I'm trying to figure out what I actually want to land on my layout. The photos are of me and Meredith, and actually they're the photo on the right should be first and the photo on the left should be second. I don't know if that matters. But anyway, I should have switched them around, even though I would have like been flipping the switch, which would have totally been fine, but I just wasn't thinking about it at the time. So the person on the right, Meredith and I were driving to Milwaukee from where we live to where Jillian was having her wedding reception. This was the day before the wedding, so it was going to be the rehearsal. Yeah, the rehearsal and the rehearsal dinner. So we were dropping things off at the venue where they were having the wedding the next day, and most of it was like games. Well, there were some games. I mean, she wanted some outdoor games that she brought. There were some table decorations and things like that as well. So, okay, so I trimmed down the film strip, and I'm gonna just use, of course, because I'm hoarding. I want to keep every little bit of it. You'll see the other part come back later, and I'm just gonna get that tucked in there. And now I feel like I have a good grasp of what's going to go on the page, so I'm going to start gluing things down. And I know I've been saying this for a couple of videos, but I usually like to use my ATG adhesive, but I've moved into my new craft space in my house, so I did find a bunch of adhesives that I had tucked away in a drawer. I am going to use, starting to use those up, and actually that cartridge of adhesive did get used up, so that's a good thing because then I'll have room in another drawer for other scrapbook stuff. So I'm kind of making the final adjustments on the pictures and the things that are tucked in here. So I've kind of laid them out, but I'm still rearranging a bit to get them laid out on the paper like I want them to. And I do start with my kind of my biggest pieces first, which is usually the photo, but not always. So I'm gonna get those kind of those matte pieces adhered to the photo and then get the photos down. I've already got that film strip down, and then I will work on the two clusters. So it's kind of a diagonal design where I've got stuff up on the left coming down to the right. Now, it's got, I don't know if you can see the sketch very well, but it's got kind of like stamps. Now, a sketch is a jumping off point. It's just to tell you like, hey, you could put your embellishments here. And then it's got that pretty washi tape, which again, I totally forget about. And it's got the layers above the photo that you could put your title on. I didn't put a title on there. And so when I see those stamps up in the left-hand corner, I kind of think, square type embellishment. So I do have the bingo card, which matches the page, and Meredith and her sisters like to play bingo. And happy was a good sentiment for the page. And then two tickets, which really don't stand for anything because we really didn't need tickets at all for that. But I thought they looked nice there. And it brings some of that color up to the left, upper left corner. We've got some yellow and we've got some green. And of course, there's still some pink there. So I'm going to make sure. Oh, there's my other part of my film strip. I just had this little square of film strip. So I thought, ooh, I'll put it down to the left corner. Now, I'm not putting any kind of embellishment there because I'm doing my diagonal design, but I do like how it brought a little bit green over on that side of the page. I don't know if you can see, but on the bottom there on the left, I do have a lot of wordy bits. And I pulled the green one up to over the picture on the right, which says the best of everything. And then next, what am I doing next? Oh, what I'm doing is trimming off the foam tape that I have, and I'm going to put it underneath those moths there. So I've got a white one already in the paper. I'm going to layer up the green, the pink, and a yellow moth to go on that right-hand side. And then once I get that done, I believe, well, I've kind of got my upper left cluster done, but I do kind of do more with that kind of the title area, I guess I would call it, even though I didn't label that in the sketch. So I have this yellow piece that says Loving Life, and I did a really good job of missing my head when I put it on there. If you can see in the close-ups, just so that you know, I had some cupping done on my right shoulder. And so I've got this sundress on, which while I was out really, like especially at the rehearsal, I had a white jacket over it. So no one really saw it, but that's what the dark bruises look like on my right shoulder there. Let's see. So I did pull out some tiny little yellow flowers, which I put to the left side. So now I've got pink, green, and yellow in that cluster above the photo. And I store all my titles in the same kind of iris container. And I think this is from Simple Stories. And so I have Smile, and I really like I like the color of that. We were smiling definitely. So that's going to go right there. I could have put it over closer to the tickets, and for some reason I had a strong feeling it wasn't going to go over the tickets. So now it's on the right hand side of the page. I don't know if I would do that again, but there's nothing wrong with it. And with that same smile, it comes a couple of heart stickers, and that will finish the layout for me. So until next time, may your memories always have a home on paper.